on the timeline again, and we promised that we was not going to be talking about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Can I light up? Permission to light up, Captain.
Permission
to
lift off.
That's gross.
I discussed it on my live stream the other night with Kai from the GCG Discord.
Hi, Kai. We love you.
It was he jumped in right as I was logging off and said that him and his mom were talking about it, and I was like, "Oh, if you was talking about it with your mom, I want to know what y'all was talking."
I need to know. Offline, of course. We're not gonna snitch.
Nah,
so I got this
that's their business and whatnot, but it was a cool conversation, you know.
It's a wonder to me how a grown-ass woman, like now I realize like this is what they talk about when they're like, you could be an adult but not be grown. This Jada coming up with a memoir, excuses to kind of like, I guess, sell her book. Is it, dude? It's giving
marketing. No, it's definitely good for marketing. So you releasing a product and your name is coming out of everybody's mouth. That's marketing. Marketing is get my name in your mouth. Keep my wife's name out your mouth. Get my name in your mouth.
She gonna buy hook or by crook. She want her name in mouths. Okay. I can't do it. I can't do it.
This time it's a little crookish.
I think she understood the assignment of no publicity is bad publicity, but her publicity is bad. I don't want to know. It's bad.
It's Mario Wine.
I mean, I guess if your goal is to ridicule your ex-husband now, because apparently they have not been together, so I can't say husband. If your goal is to ridicule your husband, then I think you executed that perfectly. And it begs the question, like, yo, did you ever love this man at all?
I think she did. I think she does. But maybe there's a selfishness to it.
What's her sign? I gotta know.
Oh.
We gotta find this out. What is Jada Pinkett Smith's sign? Hold on. What is Jada Pinkett Smith's star sign? Question mark. Because we need to know. We need these answers. Honey. Oh, God.
Wait, don't tell me.
You know what she is with the oh, God.
Okay, I wanted to get Will's. So what's hers?
She's a fucking Virgo, bro. Makes mad sense.
And he's a Libra.
Makes mad sense. He will do whatever it takes to make sure that there's some type of balance. If that means he got to take, he got to be the butt of the jokes, a Libra will be the butt of the jokes.
She's a Virgo moon too.
Oh, God.
Will is a Libra sun, a Gemini rising, and a Scorpio moon. That Scorpio moon is why he's still fucking with her.
Yep. They love to get it out the mud. They love that mud. But I mean, water signs, aren't y'all? Like, water signs, are y'all watching? Aren't y'all like tired of having to deal with mud? Can't we do stew or soup, something else that's warm and wet?
Sometimes that shit make clay. Sometimes that shit make clay.
They do manifest. They do, right? But it's just like, Mom.
They make clay. You hit bricks. You build some shit. They built some shit. They built some shit.
They sure did, honey.
He's a double air sign and a water sign.
Makes so much fucking sense.
She's at least a double earth sign.
Oh my God, yeah.
They pair in the way that signs pair.
They really do. And we have to watch this shit. But you know what? I'm a Virgo ascending and I'm a Virgo moon. So I totally have a double like reality where I am absolutely ridiculing the shit out of somebody. But in real worlds, I know that shit ain't cool because I wouldn't like to be ridiculed. What in the literal fuck, Jada? But hey, you either kill or you be killed. Ladies and gentlemen, thems and days, thank you so much for joining us. That was just the intro to me and Jiggly's late bake session. We told y'all it was going to be at random, right, Jig?
Random. I hope you learned. And if you didn't, please go turn on your notifications now so that the next time it happens, you know and you're here.
It's a good place to be. This is where you want to be, okay? It's cozy, it's comfy. You know, we're putting it in the air. So much love in the air.
While we talking about what's in the air, I just want to bring up that this here may look like a blunt, but it is in fact not. This is not. Totally made not. By Royal Blunts, and this is one of their hemperillos. It is a tobacco-free wrap.
It's a hemp cigarette. It's totally cigarette. Hashtag totally cigarette.
Hey, yo, I hear an alarm outside. I need to make sure it's not my car.
Oh, hell no. You better go ahead. She gonna be right back, y'all. Beep, 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 beep. So let me tell y'all something. When you from the hood, all right, when you from the hood, it don't matter where you at. You hear your car alarm outside. If you a hood booger like me, okay, you move through the eye crust and be like, is that my car? No, that's not my car. Is that my friend's car? No, that's not my friend's car.
Listen. I got street parking, okay? I park where I can hear my car. I park where I can see my car. If I can't see and hear, I gotta see it. And if I can't see it, I gotta hear it. I park where I can hear my car.
Question. What are your car policies? What are deal breakers? Like motherfuckers in your car, or you like, what are the rules of Jiggz whip?
All right, so like I'm the type of motherfucker. Hey Ray.
Hi Ray.
I'm the type that like I'm definitely not the one you pass the aux cord to, right? I am stuck in a place and I listen to that music and occasionally like one extra. So if you get in my car and you want to hear something, that's cool. But what we're not gonna do is talk shit about what the fuck I'm playing. I don't give a fuck you don't like it. If you want to ask to hear something, I'll take requests. I am not DJ No Request. You can ask me to play something. You can ask to hook your shit up. I'm down to listen to some other stuff. I'm not creative about a playlist. It's just not a thing that I have. Like I'll just take a bunch of songs I like and put them in there in a random order. Maybe I'll hit shuffle. Like I just, I got the same songs on like 5 different playlists because there's like 3 different ones. You know what I mean? I'm not the guy you give the aux to. I'm not. But you're not gonna talk shit about what I listen to because I like what I listen to. That's why it's playing. Because I like the song. And yeah, I might have listened to it 13 times on my way to work today. I don't care. I was happy. Don't talk shit about my music in my car.
I love this. So that's the sounds, right? I want to know what's the policy on the smells in your car. What is allowed? What is not allowed? Is smoking allowed in your car?
I don't smoke in my car. I don't smoke in my car because I don't have leather seats. If I had leather seats,
this is a smart woman. This is a smart person.
I don't want my car to smell like weed all the time. Not because I don't enjoy the smell, but because I don't want to get pulled over and my whole car smell like weed.
Please listen to take these down. Please just make sure you're grabbing your notes on your smartphone. And so that's the smells. We did sounds. What about the feeling? What is it? What is something that what vibe do you not allow in Jiggz whip?
I don't know if I've ever had that many people in my car for that to like feel out a vibe or not. Like people who are in my car, they fuck with me. So we on the vibe, right? But I have done Uber and Lyft.
Oh, so what's that like?
I have done Uber and Lyft, and I prefer someone who either engages with me or keeps to themselves. I don't want to hear your music on your fucking speakerphone, get some headphones
Oh
like a
my
normal
God.
person. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to chat, don't be fucking weird.
Are you
Like we
a
could have an
backseat
interesting
driver when
conversation.
you're in other cars?
Am I a backseat driver?
When you are out of Jiggz whip and you're in the next person's whip, are you a backseat driver?
I
Is
try
it
really hard not to pay attention to how the other person is driving beyond merging. Like I'd be back. Definitely be merging with you. But I really try not to pay attention because I am like a solid driver. Like I was a delivery driver in college. Like delivered pizza.
Oh,
I commuted to school 2 hours away when I was in college.
whoa.
From Sacramento to San Francisco. Um, I commuted, for like work and stuff. Like I have a pretty solid driving record, and I think that I'm pretty good at driving. So I'd be like a little bit nitpicky or freaked out about other people driving.
Gotcha.
I like really try not to pay attention because I might be an asshole.
All valid things. Every one of them. All fucking valid things. I have a nitpicky nature. I agree with the no smoking in the car. And again, I only drive, like, my preference is to drive leather interior, sunroof, moonroof, SUV preferred. And that's the one thing what Jig mentioned I wanted to expand on. I don't want to be that girl, that guy, that person, that human. I don't want anybody driving my car, even if it's not me, right? Because I think about other people. And I don't want for anyone to be behind the wheel of my car. And because of my inability to have discipline and wait to get home to smoke, they have to deal with any prejudices or any kind of pullover situation. Even at the valet, I remember the valet over at the Brava, when I was working out the other day, they were like, every time we get your car, we remember it's you because your car always smells like crisp linen Febreze and is mad clean on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, I could be a lot of things. But one thing I'm not gonna do is be assisting the pipeline of the prison industrial complex. I don't want anything to do with making it easier for someone to go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just not my thing. And so it's interesting to me to care a lot more about my community and just do it like that. And then that's why I'm really like I'm with you on that. I agree that I don't want my car to smell like nothing.
No. No.
And I listen to the same songs over and over. You know the I don't care. I love it. I saw a meme with Will Ferrell. If you want, I'll show it to you. Oh my God, you guys. It was the funniest shit ever. It was like, I shouldn't send this text message. It's going to be toxic, blah, 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 blah. Me sending the text message 10 seconds later. And it's Will Ferrell going, I got this feeling on a summer day when you was gone. And I don't care. So
That's funny.
blasted that
send
on
me
the
that.
way
I want to
to
see
work.
that.
It's the funniest thing ever. Fucking Will Ferrell. Hold on.
Shit, I might stitch it.
It's just it's the meme video of all meme videos, and I think even I might have seen Trend like post it. So where is that? You're gonna fucking love this. Fucking good old TikTok. So yeah, everybody, we're just here baking away, chilling. Let me go in the private chat and leave it here.
Listen,
But it's a good. It's I don't know what's up with my Wi-Fi chat. It's really weird. I've never. This is so weird. Is the Wi-Fi telling me I need to move out? Is this a message? Is that what the Wi-Fi is telling me? That it's time to go? This is not acceptable.
Hey yo, did you look at what your sign was going through for the lunar eclipse?
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
very fun.
Did
It's
it
very
did it say anything about that? Cause mine sure told me I need to clip and prune some shit.
my shit slaps, and I'm always very grateful for that. Like I love my fucking chart. I like no matter what, if I'm going through some fuck shit on one end, that the north node is then the south node, it balances out. Like I'm really, really blessed to have like that. Just enough fire, just enough earth, just enough air, a little
Mm-hmm.
bit of water. Oh my God, because if not, I would need meds. And I don't say that to condone big pharma or not. I'm just saying it's hard out here, y'all. But I don't care. I
I
love
love
it.
it.
Ah.
Um, I need to find a sticky note or something to put this on.
So yeah, so it's been like really the eclipse season for me has been spot on. Spot on. I'm excited. It's like okay, let me know what it is so we can know what we like. And thankfully we know what it is. We're in tune, we're aligned, and spirit is not just letting me know what it is, but I feel like the universe and the planetary placements for all of us and the people around me, we really got all the people around me really have a lot of cushion and wiggle room. We are very blessed not to be on the other side of the world where no matter what your fucking astrological composition may be, you're getting bombed. You know, but a lot of people say I shouldn't get into politics, even though I'm a history buff. But it just is a very good time to be between the ring of fire and a lunar eclipse. Just fucking raging. That's why I was like, I gotta catch you. I gotta fucking, we gotta bake. Tell me about you. How has yours? Has it been hitting on the mark?
Yes. Um, it has given me something that I need to do, and it's something that I've been needed to do, but I have been reluctant or willfully ignorant, pick one, um, about doing it. I've been avoiding it by not engaging with that thing that's back there making noise. I have a feeling of what it is, right? I know what that is, even though I haven't looked at it. I know what that is back there making noise, but I'm going to choose not to look at it because then if I look at it, I have to do it. And this shit was like, bitch, here it is right here. You ain't got to turn around. I'm going to tell you what it is. Here's the confirmation right here. Go fucking do that shit so you can get the fuck on with what you got to do.
The highest self never lies. I think the best thing during this transition, this planetary transit is just to surrender to the ebbs and flow of it. Really don't grow harsh or upset with it. Lean into it being a redirection because every single thing that's happening between this portal, between a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse, is really just to propel what you've been wanting since the last eclipse season.
Yeah.
All the things you wanted, the juicy stuff that just, starts and stops, starts and stops. It's like everything that you really did want is available to you if you just tap in and lean into it being redirection.
Let me
Things will
tell
go your way.
you what's making that even more bizarre is there are multiple things in different areas of my life that appear to be the beginning of stuff.
Beautiful
So
place
it's
to
not even like I have to follow the signs, give in, do the thing, and then wait for the thing to appear. I can see all of the shit staring me in my fucking face. So it's really like, are you gonna be obedient or not? And therein lies the fucking rub. Because how you gonna tell me?
Mm-hmm.
Even though I already know. And that's the I already know, so you're not telling me, you're just telling me some shit I already fucking know.
I'm here with you. What a time.
What a time.
And the wonderful part about it is it's just a cute little 2 week portal, but it's got so much of an influence on what your life will be like for the next 6 months. Um, Clearly, when we started the live, we were discussing knowing a little too much TMI with Will and Jada. We went into their star signs. And now here we are just discussing planetary placements right now. If you're not familiar, let us know in the chat. You know, Jig and I happen to really love space and science, just like you. But we don't want to confuse you talking about charts. And the reason why we were trying to break down what we started what we started to stream about with Will and Jada. A lot of emotional roller coasters during this eclipse season. Planetary placements are fun, but we don't want to confuse you. So ask us anything you want about that, and then we'll highlight your questions, whatever questions they might be, and then Jig and I will try the best we can. We really are naturally inclined and interested in this type of stuff, but you know, we're just that we're astro girlies. I'm trying to say astrología. You know, Walter Mercado began my obsession with planetary placements. I really wasn't into science on the, you know, I guess earth science or planetary science as much as I was into science fiction growing up.
Uh-huh.
But somehow the magic of this Hispanic man by the name of Walter growing up in my home, like I began very interested in the metaphysical aspects, you know, by way of being a sci-fi fan. It kind of, he allowed for my sci-fi fan to get into actual scientifical space science, right? And so Walter Mercado would come on. I'm sure you guys, if you don't know who he is, you can find out on Netflix. There's a whole Netflix documentary on Walter
Ooh,
Mercado.
that's cool.
And he allowed for us to be into astrology, even though the Hispanic Latino culture was predominantly very strict evangelical or Catholic. And so he had this way about him, and you'll see when you watch this documentary. Walter was special. He was like my first introduction to understanding the paths that planets take through the quadrants of the sky, right? And so I would watch, and we would all wait for him to talk about your particular planet, your particular placement, like your sign. And I didn't really get it growing up, you know, but I saw the women around me flocking towards the TV from when I was born. I see women running towards the TV and this mystical, magical man. And he's talking about the eclipse season. That's how I learned about what eclipses are and what they represent. And I was able to, despite living in a very religious Latino household, be able to like learn about planetary placements and eclipses and what they mean from a very young, fresh mentality, and an open one as well. Very, like, I felt very safe being able to learn about how that applies to who the people we allow into our life are, who we feel uncomfortable around, who's for me and who isn't for me, and that's okay. Who I'm for and who I'm not their cup of tea, and that's okay. Because with Walter, it felt safe. Walter Mercado made it very, he was very androgynous as well. he was a a man, but at the same token, he was more than a man. He was just this essence to where he could be very feminine, he could be very masculine. But it was Walter. Um, so yeah, that was my introduction to all things that's astro in life. So, Jig, what was your bite? What gave you like that? I really like this stuff.
Um, it also was in my house.
Hmm.
My grandmother was into astrology. She had one of Linda Goodman's books.
Oh.
I think it was Sun Signs. But she used to read it a lot, and occasionally she would have us read it. She would also have us read anything. My grandma was like really into like literacy and education. Um, she grew up in a time when kids often had to stop going to school to go work like with the family or for the family. So I don't think she went past 8th grade, but she continued with her learning outside of going to traditional school. My grandma was a very, very smart woman, and words were her thing. As a result, she would like pick up things, a book, a dictionary, a magazine, anything, and bring us over and have us read with her. Now, it's a very beautiful thing to do, but also as a kid, when you're 7 or 8 and you're playing and you just ran inside the house to go to the bathroom and you're on your way back outside to go play and Granny wants to read with you right now, this shit's fucking ridiculous. I hated it. I hated it, but she was into astrology, and she talked about a lot and taught us about a lot, and my mom was also into it. So they would often have conversations about it, which caused me to be curious. And so then I started looking into books and spending afternoons at Barnes and Noble just reading different stuff. I also have 6 siblings, which means that there were 8 people in my house growing up. And the only 2 that shared a sign were my mom and one of my little sisters. So I also got a freaking case study. And so I would see the commonalities and the similarities between people who were born at the same time or around the same time, and how they have traits that are so common. You can't overlook that there is something there.
Like
And that really,
trends
they're
in their
super
behavioral
trending,
patterns
super trending.
or demeanors, even.
Demeanors, but also approaches to situations, the tendency for a certain type of reaction, drive, motivation, like all of this stuff. It's so similar that it caused me to have belief and then continue to explore and to continue to learn more about it. And while you still have to factor in a person's life experiences that help shape the way that they behave, right, there is still a tendency to do this versus that, and most of do this versus that, and sometimes it's that over there, but that can be a result of your life. Most, like, we're gonna go with 80% here.
And still with this trend, and still even with a trend in that demeanor or in the decision making, a nuance. Capricorns be Capricorning. Leos be Leoing. Okay. Sages be Sagging.
Aries be Ariesing.
Okay.
It be happening. Okay.
And there's a
Um,
whole chart. There's a whole
I
chart,
love
but still,
to assess, honestly, the energies that come around me.
Mhm.
Um, this was also something that sort of drove things forward. I would have a tendency to connect or interact with someone in a certain type of way, a new person, someone I don't know from Adam before. But we connect and interact in specific ways. And depending on what that is, it's always a certain group of signs. Like, there are some signs that I encounter and XYZ always happens. And I don't know that that's their sign until after XYZ happens. And then I ask and I go, bah, that's why.
I should have known.
I should have known. Because of how our energies respond to each other. Right? For a long time in my life, I didn't know any Capricorns. Ooh. My energy was not suitable for a Capricorn. I didn't have any Capricorn friends. I didn't date Capricorn people. I just did not Capricorn. Now, something in my energy has shifted. Universe keeps throwing them at me. Friends, co-workers, lovers. Just, I know so many Capricorns now.
Oh my goodness.
And I never known it before.
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
I think it's interesting to me. I always click with a Leo. With me and Sags or me and Aries, we either love each other immediately or we repel. Right together. It's always one or the other. We either love each other immediately or we happen to just both be on that bullshit we be on at the same time, and we just don't.
Right. I'm glad I get along with you as a Sag.
I'm glad we get along.
In my defense, I'm very balanced on my chart. It's not just about your sun sign, you guys.
It's not.
Oh, but you would be a rager, wouldn't you? You're such an Aries for that. And that's why I love Aries. Y'all don't, never, never, never have y'all been fake ever. Just never. We can't pay y'all. You can't even pay y'all to do it. It's
look,
just
we can't even not do it. Like, I've had a very close relationship with an Aries male for a long time.
Ooh, how's that?
Oh, it's spicy.
Oh.
And it's like there's so much inner dialogue and inner turmoil. And we try so hard sometimes to keep ourselves from doing it because of this stupid ass anxiety that we've created in our heads, right? It's like this weird little neurosis. But at the end of the day, we almost accidentally do it anyway. It's like if we try to hold ourselves back, we will accidentally not hold ourselves back.
Bombo clad.
So it's helpful to just go and to just give into it. But I've spoken to some folks and I've even just said it like out loud to myself or out loud on my story, and people will be like, bruh.
Extra savage. I mean, I love being able to, as a mutable sign. I mean, I would have loved to have been a cardinal sign. But, being a mutable sign it's got its own perks, because when you are the cardinal sign that either can or cannot get along with signs like mine, like Sag, you mentioned, and Aries, of course, that can be a little off-putting, sometimes, because we can be. I'm glad that my sign is a mutable sign, so I'm able to slip through the cracks and just kind of slide in there and be safe. I'm just the biggest cheerleader. I just be wanting to hype the whole wide world up.
And you do. I think I also like to kind of like examine now, because I had for a long time like only really followed my sun sign. Although I knew that there were other things and other influences, I spent most of my my journey with astrology at just learning about like the sun signs. period. And so now I kind of have shifted into really learning and understanding and examining, you know, like how my moon and my rising influence me.
That's the when it gets juicy. That's the fun part.
Hey, all
That's
three of
the
them are
juicy part.
cardinal signs. How about that?
Wait, what?
All three of them are cardinal signs. Hot Aries, Cancer, Libra.
That's a lot, boo.
It's a lot.
That's
I'd
a
be a little
lot.
bit. I'd be a little bit.
That's like you gotta you like I don't think you ever gonna compromise in your whole entire life. I just want to say that. Sorry to this them they. Sorry to them they. There's no you're gonna be like
Look,
the fuck I compromise for. I have Libra in my placements for both my Mars and my Venus, and thankfully, like my cardinal placements are really, I'm glad they are where they are because I have the willingness to, like a Libra, you know, for my placements, like a Libra, I am willing to bend, not break, and meet more than halfway. I'll supplement whatever the fuck this oil, whatever this oil needs to run, this engine gonna run. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's in my relationships for business or it's my relationships in my personal life with family and, you know, friends and all of that. So one thing I love about cardinal signage that I don't find elsewhere, because I'm heavy Sagittarius sun, super heavy Virgo rising, super duper heavy Virgo moon. So I'm all in that mutable space, and it just gets very juicy when you're in this cardinal space. Like Libra being a cardinal sign, but me having placements. That's not my sun sign, but I have placements in the way that I do my business and the way that I run my love, right? What I'm passionate about. Libra loves to communicate, so it's in there and it's juicy. But cardinal signs be like, don't get it fucked up. Like it's like, like
it's giving Kirby with the Thule. You know what I mean? Like it's very much like I'm cute,
yo,
but
savage.
yeah.
Savage. I love
This shit
you.
will flip.
Savage. I will
It
knock
will
this
flip.
whole shit over. I will knock this whole shit. And I don't envy cardinal signs at all. So that's why I'm glad I'm a mutable sign. I'm a Sagittarius. I get along and people like me. People think I'm pretty.
People love Sags.
So I just be happy to be here because, bitch, that Libra in me, I'd be like, you see me rolling another one. I'm like, that should
That's
be
you.
hitting. Because listen, I'll balance this shit out, but don't make me have to do some savage shit to balance this shit out. Because when I get savage, then we got a problem. Now everything's on fire.
Yeah.
Now there's doodle in a brown paper bag at your doorstep on fire.
Right. Because when I go far.
And you know why?
I don't go, but when I go far.
You don't even be like, what could it have been? You be like, it was that big.
You know exactly what it was.
You know what it was. You know who it was. You know everything.
How you doing?
Hi.
I was looking for this app so I could find my chart with the houses. I don't really like using the app, but I like how they've organized the houses and the charts. CoStar.
I love it. Yeah, when you swipe to the chart on the end.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I like how they've organized it. It's very digestible for me because
I love CoStar. I should
with all
totally
them triangles and it be blowing me.
Yeah, CoStar is my girl. That's that girly.
Just chilling and trapped at work. Oh no. We talked about the work day earlier today, and so I hope that your tomorrow is relaxing enough to roll that shit off.
And if not, roll it up.
Hey.
Hey!
Um, I haven't begun to learn, or at least to commit to knowledge about like the different houses and what they mean and how they drive. That'll come. I definitely plan to be somewhat like my grandma and being then studied on this like until old age.
Well, the good thing is you can be able to take a look at what the houses offer and what having a certain planet in that particular house has to offer, how they work in tandem.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like diving into that. It's very specific to because everybody has to look for their own specific placement, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's different. So diving into that is usually case by case. That's why a lot of people like to like read your specific chart and explain how the dynamics work for you because that's the best way for it to stick.
Mm-hmm.
And while I would love to do that, it's not good to have everybody all up in your chart live.
Oh, nah. I just mean like that's somewhere that I want to go in this journey. Like, is to continue to learn about that. One of my sisters, oh, she's real good at it. She
And that
has
comes.
read down everybody in the house.
Love
We did
that.
it on a road trip. It was great.
When's the last time you went on a road trip?
Last year.
What's
I
your
went
bucket list
back
road
home.
trip?
Huh?
What's your bucket list road trip?
East Coast, West Coast. I'd like to do that once.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to travel that, yeah. I've driven like up and down California several times. Um so I've like, experience with long trips in the car in that respect. Um I've never been up and down the East Coast, but after riding like I think we traveled like 4 states. It was a good 4 hour drive. We went from North Carolina to the DMV area for BlurCon one year. And the roadways to me were a little bit confusing. Now that I've been there several times, like I understand what's happening, but I don't want to drive that shit. I'll ride. I could ride. If I'm riding, we could road trip anywhere, baby. But if I gotta drive it, I think I only want to drive or participate in driving East Coast, West Coast. Maybe like to Texas. I could probably do that too. Stuff like Arizona and Vegas to me don't really count. Nah. Those are all a couple hours away from where I'm at.
Oh wow. That's like really close.
I mean, Vegas is like 3 hours. And Arizona, I think, is like 6.
It's like not even half a day, right?
Not really. Let me look. I know people that have done like turnaround shots with Arizona, like left after work and came back for work the next morning.
Savage. I wonder, can y'all hear my music if I play some music?
Oh, you know what? The music was supposed to be on here. Did I not turn it
But
on?
why my Spotify got me locked out? This is corny. What's going on? Who the hell was in my computer?
Oh, it's supposed to be playing. Yeah, from here to Phoenix, it's 5 hours and 43 minutes.
That's the thing. I'm not driving that long. Unless, see, my dream is like to do it with like, like the RV or Winnebago,
Oh.
some shit like that. So I could be able to, but long, like I want to go from East Coast, West Coast in Mexico, going from like the Mayan Riviera to Baja and
Oh.
Los Cabos aside, like that down there with
Mm.
with 5 cent beers. Okay, that's what.
Wow.
And the gas is $1. You understand? I want to do it because that's my dream. Like, because I want to go on a road trip, but I'm thinking how many hours I'm gonna be having to fill up the tank. Like, what's going on with our energy crisis? Where we out here, this gas is killing us.
Man.
Shit is crazy. How much is the gas where you at, girl?
I think I just paid like $5.89 at an AM PM, which is supposed to be the cheap gas.
I'm gonna stop
I
complaining.
mean, and that's where I'm at. If you go further up, like into like LA, you can find $7 gas easily.
No,
Definitely six.
no.
And $6.89 is fucking $7.
What is happening? The world is ending. This is chaos. This is the end of days.
Listen,
Because how
okay,
you got $7 gas gallons? Talk to me.
it's some shit.
Eh, That's abusive. I'm gonna stop complaining. In Texas, it's like three something.
You know when the last time I seen $3 gas was?
The one eye, not the one eye.
I was in my 20s, bruh. That's the last time gas was $3
For real?
consistently. Do you mean $3 and like 14 cents, or do you mean $3.49?
Like it varies between the two
Like
over
if
here.
two is it ever 2.89,
No,
2.99? It's
it
three.
during when Trump was the president. Yes.
All right, so I'll take my early 20s away, and I'll say it ain't cost that much in about 5-6 years.
That's crazy.
I'm happy
I'm
when
so
gas is
sorry.
$4.
I'm so sorry. That you see? This is mm, these times is the end of days, y'all. With these gas. Yeah, I'm always making it mad dramatic, but I'm telling you, this gas situation is crazy. I can't be out here. We need clean energy. We need to do something because I can't be paying this much for gas.
Yo, listen, clean energy is the way to go, but it's gonna take really letting go of some shit. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people who don't want to let go, and that's why we're not there yet.
We got to be able to make sure that we're minding our P's and Q's and not being so wasteful. We got a lot of fast fashion, right? We have a lot of pollution that we're just literally throwing away all electronics. We're not recycling our electronics, okay? We're changing our devices for the upgrade, Make sure you're doing what you got to do to submit your old device or use it. Don't have it lying around. Don't end up like, be a little more mindful.
I think that's something that who was I listening to earlier? Talking about how those things are basically like ingrained in our country. I can't remember who it was. Definitely
Very American. Very American.
Yeah. Um and then I was having a conversation with someone that I work with, a lady, she's from Japan, and she was talking about moving back. And she'd also lived in Germany. And she just talked about how some things were so different and so much easier to come by. She talked about healthcare for in both of those places. and some other things just about daily life that were just like, it's way easier for me to live over there than it is to live here. I'm gonna go back. And she's lived here for 35 years.
Listen.
Right. So she's had a good passage of time. She said she came in the 80s and she was 20. So she's really seen a lot of development. And she's just like, yeah, nah, I'm out. Oh, GQ, I don't know if you're still there. She's okay, so she's in like her mid late 50s, right? She wants to go to Shibuya and do the go-kart racing. And I told her, I was like, my friend went to Japan and did that. I was talking about you. She wants to do that. She also says she wants to go and like be in an amateur like rock band. And I was like, you are freaking cool. I need to talk to you more. But also I thought it was just dope that she wanted to like pick up and leave. But it helped me, or it connected me to the information that I was hearing, where it's just like, we are conditioned to think of ourselves a certain way, when in actuality we are not. And a lot of people have progressed into, a lot of countries have progressed into the way that you've talked about, where they're taking steps and caring more about the environment and less about, like the consumerism of it all. We are a very capitalistic society. And it's that way on purpose, but to what end?
It's funny because I see the way that capitalism has been evolving into this fiery ball of it will self-destruct on itself. And then you look at the Muppet babies that are in charge at our, government level. And you take time and realize that we just got just a bunch of, you know, for lack of a better word, Muppets roaming through Congress and running a country. Nobody's afraid of us. And we're broke. Let me tell you something about the last nigga I fucked with that nobody respected and got broke. He got replaced, And that's just the way of the world. I'm a history buff. You're a history buff. We all know it's
our country. Our country is also new. It was you said history, and it got me to
Yeah,
our country is new.
Yeah,
when you measure our country against the other countries of the world, we have been around not the longest at all, right? They have had civilizations implode and rebuild. We have yet to have an implosion. And in that respect, it could happen. We're due for one.
It's crazy though. With all this technology, we're gonna see how savage it could get. It's crazy. It ain't the same. It ain't the Boston Tea Party hoe. This shit different. Niggas got robot dogs, okay?
Wow.
I want to see the robot dogs fight against each other.
I do not. Unless it's a movie. I can watch robots fight in a movie.
The Republicans versus the motherfucking left wing, and then they get their robot dogs.
Like a video game.
So it would be very interesting for me to be able to see that, but that could also just be my late big mind, going. I'm very excited to be able to be on here with you. My mental neurons are firing every time I hang out with you. And nothing, I love it. I don't care. I love it.
I'm there. I'm high shit.
I love you guys. But yeah, so this is it. This is the late bake jig. This is the latest.
We gotta just run these sometimes. I like the late bake.
It's our favorite. This is our favorite way to be able to late bake. Just chilling with our sports bras and our flappy.
Listen, This is one of my onesies, and I love it. I love a onesie because I'm
I
clothed, but I'm
so
not.
cute. I
I
love
love it. Oh, I love my onesie.
it. Bye, everybody. Thank you, Miss Game Queen, for coming. We love you.
Thank
Ray,
you, Ray.
we love you,
Bye.
girl.